So please write down what I'm going to say about using time connectives with past perfect tense. And what I mean by time connectives are the words that join two phrases or sentences together to help us understand when something is happening. I have today 10 time connectives. The first 7 is used with past perfect tense after them directly, then the past tense in the second half of the sentence. The first 7 is because, after, as soon as, by plus date, and by plus time, when, till or until. This is what I call time connectives, and I use past perfect tense after each one of them directly. In the first one, because I didn't go to the concert because I hadn't booked tickets. So I used past perfect tense after because, and in the other part of the sentence I use past tense, past simple tense. Okay, the second one is after, and I use the sentence after he had done the homework, he went to bed. So I use past perfect tense after the time connective after. As soon as she had arrived, they started the party. I use past perfect tense after as soon as. By plus date, and what I mean by saying by plus date is by plus any date before 2021. By 2010, he had learned how to swim. Then by plus time, by 9 o'clock this morning, she had done all the washing up. Till or until, she didn't watch the movie until she had finished the homework. Here I used past perfect tense after till or until in a negative sentence. The last one is when. Most of us use past simple tense after when, but sometimes we use past perfect tense after when. It depends on the action which happened first. In the example, when he had arrived at the station, the train left. When he had arrived at the station, the train left. So, did he catch the train? Yes, because he arrived first, then the train left. But if I said when he arrived at the station, the train had left, here he didn't catch the train. So I can use past perfect tense after the time connective when. As for the other three ones, I have before, I have when, and I have by the time. It's different from by plus time. Okay, so before, we can say, for example, before they left, they had washed the dishes. Before they left, they had washed the dishes. So I use past simple tense after before. As for using when he arrived at the station, the train had left, as I told you. Then by the time, I can say by the time I reached the station, the train had left. And by the time, by the way, means before. So I have 10 time connectives used with past perfect tense and past simple tense in one sentence. Okay, in exercise number 2, complete the sentences with the past perfect or past simple of the verb in brackets. The lesson had already started when he arrived in the classroom. This is solved for you. Sentence number 2, Reem was upset because her friend hadn't phoned her. So notice how we use the past perfect tense after because. Nobody knew about the site because everyone had forgotten about it. in sentence number 4, after we had visited the museum, we decided to have lunch. So what happened first is that we visited the museum, then we decided to have lunch. Farida enjoyed visiting Sohag because she had never been there before. This is part of our time connectives used with past perfect tense.